Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is D-Man coming back at it again with another YouTube video, and today we're going to be predicting the Tennessee Titans record for the 2021-22 NFL season. Now, when this schedule was released, I kind of did do a little prediction of what our record could look like, but a good bit has changed since then. We got Julio Jones, and we've made a couple other additions to the team, and now I have a better understanding of what the team's going to look like now. So why not do a video like this? Because really I can't do it. There's really nothing going on in Madden, nothing like that. So we're gonna do a little a record prediction video today. So let's go ahead and start this thing off here with the Arizona Cardinals. Now, I kind of did do a video on this already. We're going to get the win here. I honestly, I think we're going to win against the Cardinals. I think it was a bigger question before Julio Jones. But now Julio Jones, he's going to be mentioned a lot because he's either flipped or more convinced me about some of these games. So maybe I had a couple of these games where we lost before we got Julio. Now we got Julio. He might have, influenced me to make that flip and give us the win. So I'm going to be talking about him a good bit. So, hopefully y'all don't get tired of me saying Julio Jones. But again, the Cardinals was this game was a game that I thought we were going to win before we got Julio. Now we got Julio. I think that kind of, even more convinced me about this pick. I'm not going to go over every game in detail. I kind of go over some, topics on why I either chose us to win or lose this game. But for the most part, I'm not going to go in depth on each game. And I did kind of do a video on the Cardinals versus Titans, that game. If you want to check that out, go ahead. But again, I think we're going to get the win against the Cardinals. They've got a pretty solid defense. I think we have a goon squad type offense. So it's going to be very interesting to see how our defense plays this opener. That's another key factor, our defense, is how's our defense going to play with a lot with a lot of new faces on this defense, because I think we have more like, I think like 60-70% of our defense is completely new, whether it be guys leaving or rookies coming up and stuff like that. So defense is going to look really, really different, but that's just another thing. We don't really know how that's going to look like until we see it on the field. And by then I might, if I see the defense struggling, I might change my mind on a couple of these games. Or if I see the defense playing very well, I might make some changes in. But that's a long time away. We're going to go ahead and do these predictions beforehand, before the season starts. Let's go ahead and get into it. Cardinals, already said we're going to win. Seahawks. This is an interesting one. I think we're going to drop this one due to the fact that it is away and the Seahawks are good. And especially us coming off of a game where it's probably going to be a pretty good game. But, you also have to travel there. All that stuff that comes with an away game, especially with it being all the way up in Seattle, that'll factor in for sure. A later kickoff too at 3:25. So, there's just a lot of factors that come into play with this one. And I think the Seahawks have a very solid defense. I think the Seahawks have a great offense, weapons everywhere. Obviously, you have Russell Wilson, and then you got weapons outside. So, I wouldn't be surprised if this game is 30s, 40s. But I do want to be realistic, so I'm gonna say that we're gonna lose this one against Seattle. Next week, week 3 against the Colts, at home against the Colts. We somehow we struggle with the Colts every single time we play them. It feels like the first game we play Indianapolis every year we struggle, and we I think for the most part we've lost. I might be mistaken by that, but I feel like we have just struggled against the Colts the first time we played them, and then the second time we just play very, very well. I remember a couple years ago when Tannehill got the starting job, obviously lost early that season, and then later that year, I remember Tannehill played phenomenal. We probably got a pretty, I wouldn't say easy win, but it was a double-digit win, I'm pretty sure. And then last year, first drive against the Colts, we scored with Donta Foreman, and it was looking pretty good, and then we just fell apart. I think we pretty much got blown out that game, and then we played them later in the year, and we won pretty convincingly. I think Derrick Henry had like 3 touchdowns in the first half. Very, very, very fun game to watch as a Titans fan. But for some reason, we just struggled with the Colts early in the year. Hopefully that isn't the case, because I'm going to have us getting the win here. I do think we're going to split with the Colts. I might change my mind on this, because it all comes down to how Carson Wentz plays. But I just don't see us sweeping the AFC South. I do have us sweeping the Texans and the Jags, but the Colts, I feel like we're just going to find a way to split, between us and the Colts. But I will go ahead and say that we win at home and we lose away. Kind of switch things up. Next week, week 4. So I've got win, loss, win so far, first 3 weeks. Next up, we got the Jets. This is kind of a sleeper for me. With us getting Julio, it kind of, I feel like we're just going to get the win. Before, I was kind of nervous because the Jets made a good, very solid additions this offseason, especially with Corey Davis. They brought in Zach Wilson, who is iffy as of right now, but he's looked very good in mini camps and stuff like that. But I still think we're going to be able to get the win. Hopefully convincingly. I wouldn't say convincingly, but hopefully we'll get the win there. I'm going to say we get the win. So through 4 weeks, we're 3-1. Solid start so far. Week 5, the Jags. I've already said it before. I'll say it again. I think we're going to sweep the Jags. So we're going to get a win there. Week 5 against the Jaguars. We've seen Trevor Lawrence struggle a little bit so far, this offseason. So don't know how he's going to play, obviously. Peyton Manning struggled in his rookie season. So really, there's going to be some growing pains for Trevor Lawrence. I will definitely say that. But that is why, that's one reason why that I think we're going to go ahead and get the win against Jacksonville. Obviously, Jacksonville, not the best. I wouldn't be surprised if they, only win 1 or 2 games again this year. But maybe the year after that, who knows. But I'm going to say we get the win there. So we're 4-1 so far. Very good start to the year. Monday Night Football against the Bills. I'm going to have us losing this one. I just don't see the Bills losing again. And I can see the Bills coming for revenge against the Titans, obviously, last year. We blew them out in a Tuesday night game. That was when we were coming off of our COVID situation. But, we were determined. The whole NFL was against us because they felt like we just jacked around and didn't, follow protocol. But that wasn't the case. And so they were definitely had a chip on their shoulder going into this game. The Titans did. And I think that's another reason why we blew them out. But I think the Bills, Monday night, unfortunately, primetime game. I feel like we just, it's the Buffalo Bills. They are a fantastic team all around. Their defense is great. Offense is great. And I think we'll just lose this one just because of that. But again, who knows? Who really knows? But I have us losing against the Bills. Kansas City. This is an interesting one because I feel like in the regular season we always play the Chiefs very well. The past few times we played the Chiefs, I'm not sure what our record is against them, but we played them pretty well. I remember a couple years ago, maybe 3 years ago, where we had Suck Up go out and kick the game winner on the Arrowhead in Arrowhead. So that was a game that I remember pretty vividly. That was one of my favorite Titans games ever. And then you go to the playoff game against the Chiefs, the wild card game where Mariota throws a touchdown pass to himself. Derrick Henry eventually goes off, and we get the win there in a comeback fashion. Phenomenal. Obviously, you have the game week 10. I think it was 2 years ago. The Rashaan Evans scoop and score touchdown. That was a fantastic game, too. I believe we were down by 9 points with a few minutes left in the game, and we somehow win that one in phenomenal fashion. I remember Tannehill dot to Adam Humphries. We took the lead and kept it. But, you know, this Chiefs team is a freaking powerhouse. They're phenomenal. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say that we get this win, due to the fact what I've seen in the past where the Titans have just played so well against the Chiefs and we somehow just keep finding ways to win against them in the regular season. Again, playoffs, obviously last year, or excuse me, not last year, but the year before in the AFC Championship, we came out on the wrong side. But in the regular season, I feel like we've played very well against the Chiefs, so I'm going to have us winning this one. It's at home. So again, another reason why I think we're going to win this one against the Chiefs. So, next week, I've already said that we're going to lose to the Colts, or at least split with the Colts, and I already said we're going to win Week 3, so I'm going to say we're going to lose Week 8. I just don't see a sweep in the AFC South. Man, that would be a phenomenal thing if that were to happen, and I wouldn't be surprised if it happens because we still don't know how Carson Wentz is going to look. But I'll have us, for right now, splitting with the Colts. So, through Week 8, what do I have us at? 3-1, 4-1, 4-2, 5-3, 5-4 right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, 5-4. Week 9 against the Rams. I'm gonna say we get this win on a primetime game in Los Angeles. I don't know why. I just have a feeling that we are gonna be able to get. I don't know. I don't know. This is a game that I've been excited about ever since I've seen this release of the schedule, because I feel like this is a game where we can prove ourselves to the entire country that we are legit. So with us losing Monday night against the Bills, that's gonna have, we're gonna have a chip on our shoulder coming back on another primetime game to go ahead and try to redeem ourselves on national TV, and I think we'll do just that with the Rams, or against the Rams, I should say. So I have us winning that one. The Saints. Now, the Saints are an interesting team. This is an interesting matchup. Their defense, I don't think, is going to be as good as it was last year. I don't think their offense is going to be as good as they were last year due to the fact that they're going to have Jameis Winston and not Drew Brees. Excuse me. I just don't see the Saints getting this win. It's at home. I just, Jameis Winston. I don't buy Jameis Winston right now, guys. So I'm gonna have the Titans winning in Week 10 against the Saints. That's at home as well. We've already talked about the Texans next week in Week 11. We're gonna get that win. Hopefully, again, I wouldn't be surprised if the Texans, the Jags, still one of us, or still one of the games. But I just, for some reason, I just do not see how the Texans or the Jaguars can get a win from us next season unless we just have a complete breakdown. But yeah, getting the win there, Week 11. Moving on, at New England. This is a game where I thought we were going to lose before we had Julio, but now I think the Titans are going to win. The Patriots have made a lot of moves in the free agency. Bill Belichick, he is a winner. He does not want to have another losing season like he had last year. So they will be right back to where they need to be, I believe. But I still think we're going to be able to get this win. Again, I'm not buying New England just until the season starts and I see how they play. But there's just so many new faces there. Don't know how the chemistry is going to go there, but you've got a bunch of studs on that team. But as of right now, before Julio, I thought we were going to lose. After us getting Julio, I think we're going to get this win here in New England. That gets us to the bye week. So we go into the bye week with in my opinion, my prediction, a 4-game win streak going into the bye week. That's phenomenal. We come out the bye week. Hopefully we're still not sleeping. And this is a game where I think we can come out and expect to win and us lose. The Jaguars played us phenomenally last year in Week 2. Almost got the win. But the game was decided on a pick. Tip ball. Harold Landry, I think, came down with it. So it came down to the wire. And I wouldn't be surprised if it came down to the wire again next year after a bye week where we've, kind of getting our rest in. Hopefully we're still not sleeping when the Jaguars come to town because, again, For some reason, we always struggle with the Jaguars and the Texans. I don't know what it is, but we eventually get we end up getting the win every time. But hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully we can come out, put our foot on their neck and keep it there. So again, I say we get the win there, but I would not be surprised if that game goes down to the wire, just because we're coming off a bye week. We're expected to win this one, so we just got to come prepared and be ready, against the Jaguars week 14. Next week against the Steelers, this one is going to be a phenomenal game. But this game, I'm going to take the Steelers because it is in Pittsburgh. They played phenomenal against us last year. We had that great comeback. Gostkowski, who knows if he makes a kick, if we go on to win it in overtime. But in Pittsburgh, that stadium is going to be rocking and rolling. It's just going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one, especially us coming off a bye week and then playing the Jags. I don't know. Maybe if we play a close game against the Jags, that'll kind of wake us up a little bit. I don't know. I really don't know on the Steelers game, but I just don't think we can come in there and get a win in Pittsburgh. So I'm going to have us losing that one. Again, the Steelers defense, I think they're going to be still an elite defense, just not as good as they were last year. I still think they are going to be very, very good. Probably almost as good as last year, but not quite. In their offense, we'll have to see how Big Ben plays. It all comes down to Big Ben, in my opinion, in this game. I still think we'll be able to move the ball against the Steelers. It'll come down to how Big Ben plays, and if we can put more points up on the board than Pittsburgh can. So, again, I'm going to have us losing this one. So we take an L there, and then we go into Thursday Night Football, short week, against the San Francisco 49ers. I think we're going to try and bounce back from the Steelers loss, come into San Francisco, home, and hopefully we'll get this win. I think we will get this win. Christmas Eve, going to be very festive in Nissan Stadium. That's going to be a fun one. Christmas Eve. I might be at that game. I might not. I don't know just yet. The games that I want to go to are the Cardinals and the San Francisco game. I will let y'all know if I end up going. But until then, I have no idea. But again, San Francisco on a Thursday night, very close to Christmas time. That's going to be a very fun game. Cool environment. And I think we'll have a bounce back game because I think we'll lose to the Steelers and then bounce back, and the whole country will see us beat the 49ers. Who knows? By then, you would imagine Trey Lance would be the star. I don't know. Garoppolo or Trey Lance? Let me know. Who do y'all think? At this point in the year, I don't know. I don't want to make any assumptions, but yeah. I'm going to say we get the win, hopefully pretty convincingly. I think it could be convincingly. It could be a close game, but hopefully we can prove again to the country that we are legit. And at this point in the year, I'll go through this after we finish up. Miami, that's going to be a win in my opinion. I think we'll end the year on a 3-game win streak. We'll win against the 49ers. We'll win against the Miami Dolphins. And then we'll go into Houston and get the win there. So, yeah, I have us finishing. What did I have us finishing? I won't even keep it count. So, win against the Cardinals, win against the Colts, win against the Jets, win against the Jags, win against the Chiefs, win against the Rams, win against the Saints, win against the Texans, win against the Patriots, win against the Jags, loss against the Steelers, and then 3 wins on the bottom of the row, or the bottom of the last row there. Have us winning all 3. So that puts us at 13 wins. Do y'all think we can get 13 wins? I think we can. I think I had us going 11. I think I had us going 11 wins before Julio, and now have us going 13. So it kind of makes sense there. But in that window from 11 to 13, that's where I think we will stand. Whether it be 11, 12, or 13, I don't know. But my prediction is we get 13 wins. And man, would I be a happy man? I would love the Titans to go 13, get 13 wins. Like, that would be freaking amazing. 13-4, yes, I will take that all day. With a 5-1 record in the AFC South, that should get us the division. If we don't win the division, going 13-4, 5-1 division, I don't know what will. But again, I'm being as realistic. I'm not being biased at all. I'm saying what I think and what I've seen. This offseason, what we have done, I think we've improved the defense a lot. And I think people are still thinking we are the Titans from last year, and that is certainly not the case. So I think if we have a top half of the league type defense, our offense is going to end up being, I think, at least top 5, maybe top 3 in the league. Probably going to be putting up around mid-30s a game, like we have last year. And think about this, guys. If we have an offense putting up at least 30 points a game, all the defense has to do is stop the offense a couple times, just a couple times a game. Because with us putting up as much points as possible, it's going to be tough for other teams to keep up. And if our defense can just hold them a couple times a game, we're going to be looking really, really nice, guys. Our defense, a lot of pressure is on them. A lot of pressure is on the offense. The offense, you're almost asking for a lot of points just because of the defense and what we've seen from the past. But I think what J-Rob's done this offseason, acquiring Bud Dupree, I think we overpaid a little bit, but hopefully he'll be back to what he was before the ACL tear. Drafting Caleb Farley, bringing in Jack Rabbit, releasing a lot of guys to free up money to get Julio. And I love Amani Hooker coming in to play the role where Kenny played last year. And I love Kevin Byard. Kevin Byard and Amani Hooker, I think, are going to have phenomenal years next year just due to the fact that our pass rush will be back to what it was a couple years ago, year before. For some reason, the Tennessee Titans, defense or offense, one of them's good, one of them's bad. It never fails, because I remember 3 years ago, defense was absolutely phenomenal. Offense was just superb. You know, it was just, or not superb. What am I saying? The defense was superb and phenomenal, and the offense was lackluster. It wasn't really that good. You speed up 2-3 years later, look at us now. Offense, absolutely phenomenal. Defense, on the other hand, can't stop anything. They just can't stop anything. I was going to try and come up with something clever there, but I couldn't think of anything. But, again, I have us going 13-4. Y'all let me know down below. What do y'all think about that? I think it's pretty realistic. Now, I'm not a... I didn't do this prediction list today being biased. I'm being as realistic as possible, going off of what I said or what I've seen in the past. I've already said that. I'm just blabbering at this point. But let me know down below what you guys think the Titans will go this year. How many wins you think we're gonna get? Do y'all think we're gonna get 11 wins, 12 wins, 10 wins, 9 wins? Who knows? And again, this really it comes down to health. If everyone can stay healthy too. That's going to be a big key as well. But again, let me know down below what you think we're going to go. Love you guys. Love you guys a lot. I appreciate all the support I've been getting on my videos recently. And if you are new, hit that sub button for me. It helps me out tremendously. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. All that good stuff. I don't ask for this because it's up to you. Again, I'm really not a guy that's going to beg. I don't, every video, I do not ask for likes. I do not ask for subscribers. It's up to you. I let you make that decision. I'm not going to sit here and beg you to do it. Because again, at the end of the day, if you don't like my content, hey, it is what it is. But if you do enjoy my content and watch my videos and you're not subscribed, why not go ahead and hit that subscribe button? It does help me out tremendously. And if you enjoy the video, hit the like button. That also does help me out tremendously. But with that being said, that's going to do it for the video. Again, let me know down below, how many wins will the Tennessee Titans get next season? All right? Let me know down below. With that being said, that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Until next time, I'll see y'all.